My voice shakes as I say this. I lost my wife, Elise, 3 years ago. Then my father's dream. Then my job. But what my boss did, that shattered me. I'm Norman Hayes, 47, an operations analyst in Seattle's tech jungle. My days? Coding till 2 a.m., packing Isla's lunches, tracing my fingers over Dad's old floppy disk, his algorithm, our legacy. Seattle's misty dawn stings my eyes, coffee's bitterness mirrors my grief. At work, Zane's takeover, his slick promises, his neon Tesla, threatens my team. I gave 21 years to this company. I never saw the betrayal coming. When Zane Carver rolled into our startup, it was like a storm hit. He was 35, TikTok famous, with a neon Tesla that screamed, "Look at me." His charisma sucked everyone in, except me. I'd been there 21 years, refining my dad's logistics algorithm, a code he wrote in the 90s that could save millions in 2025. I poured $10,000 of my savings into upgrading it, worked 80-hour weeks, even missed Isla's art show. My shirt was sweat-soaked, my eyes burned from the screen. Zane noticed. In private, he said, "Norm, this code's gold." Then he pitched it to investors as his own. I'll never forget the meeting where he took credit. His cologne, like burnt citrus, choked the room. Norm's old school, he smirked to the team. "Let me handle the spotlight." My jaw clenched so hard it ached. I'd given up family dinners, sleep, everything for that algorithm, Dad's legacy, the one thing I could pass to Isla. It wasn't just code, it was my father's late-night talks, his graph paper sketches, his belief in me. Zane didn't just steal it, he erased us. I tried to speak up. In a team huddle, I said, "That's my work." Zane cut me off. "We need vision, Norm, not history." The team laughed nervously. My chest tightened, like I was drowning in Seattle's fog. I kept quiet, thinking loyalty would win. I was wrong. Zane started sidelining me, fewer projects, ignored emails. My coworker Keen whispered, "He's gunning for you." I didn't believe it. I'd built this company's backbone. Then, on a Thursday, Zane's assistant pinged me, "Performance review tomorrow." Tomorrow was Dad's birthday, a day I'd planned to visit his grave with Isla. The timing felt like a slap. I stood in my cubicle, gripping Dad's floppy disk, its worn edges cutting my palm. Seattle's rain drummed outside, heavy, like it knew what was coming. I thought it was just a review. But Zane had bigger plans, plans that would gut me, Isla, and everything my father stood for. It was Friday, Dad's birthday. Rain hammered the glass walls of Zane's office, Seattle's skyline a blurry gray. I sat across from him, clutching Dad's floppy disk, its edges biting my palm. Zane leaned back, his smartwatch glinting like a blade. "Norm," he said, voice smooth as venom, "you're fired. No severance. And your dad's code? It's mine now." My chest tightened, like someone had ripped the air out. Fired after 21 years? My algorithm, worth a $5 million deal, stolen? That code was Isla's college fund, our future, Dad's soul. I stared at him, vision blurring. "You can't," I whispered. Zane smirked. "I already did. Signed the papers yesterday. Investors love my vision." His words burned, each one a nail in my heart. I saw Dad's late-night coding, his proud smile when I debugged his work. Gone. Stolen. My hands shook, gripping the chair to stay upright. Rain roared outside, drowning Zane's laugh. I wanted to scream, but my throat locked. Isla's face flashed, her art supplies, her dreams. All I could manage was, "This is wrong." Zane shrugged. "It's business, Norm. Pack your desk." The stakes hit like a tidal wave, no income, no savings, a widowed dad with a daughter to raise. I stood, legs numb, the disc heavy in my pocket. Zane's grin was a knife twist. I walked out, rain soaking my jacket, heart shattered. But deep inside, a spark flickered. Dad taught me one thing, never let a thief win. Zane thought he'd broken me. He didn't know I had a secret, a trap he'd never see coming. That night, Seattle's fog wrapped my apartment like a shroud. I sat at my desk, hands shaking, Isla's photo beside me, her smile a reminder of what Zane stole. My father's floppy disk lay next to my laptop, its faded label whispering his legacy. Zane thought he'd won, but Dad built a failsafe into the algorithm, a digital trap I'd kept secret. It was time to use it. My heart pounded, grief fueling every keystroke. I wasn't just fighting for me, it was for Dad, for Isla, for Elise's memory. I opened a 2025 Cloud IDE, its interface glowing blue in the dark. The failsafe was buried deep in the code, a self-destruct sequence that, when triggered, would leak Zane's theft to the world. I encrypted the trigger with quantum keys, ensuring it'd activate during Zane's big product launch. My fingers flew, embedding a data dump of Zane's emails and voice memos confessing he stole the code. The monitor's hum filled the silence, my breath steadied, each line of code a step toward justice. Isla slept in the next room, her soft snores grounding me. I hesitated, thumb hovering over execute. This wasn't just revenge, it was risking everything. But Zane's smirk, his "it's mine now," echoed in my skull. I pressed the key. The screen flashed, trigger armed. My pulse raced, sweat beating on my forehead. The trap was set, an unhackable bomb ticking toward Zane's moment of glory. I leaned back, the disk's weight lighter in my hand. Zane thought he'd erased us. He didn't know I'd just rewritten his future. The consequences? They'd hit like a tsunami, and I was ready to watch it crash. 2 days before Zane's big product launch, my phone lit up like a war zone. Seattle's fog pressed against my window, thick and cold, as Zane's first voicemail hit. "Norm, you hacker. What's this data anomaly? Fix it, or I'll sue." His voice dripped entitlement, not a shred of remorse. My phone buzzed again, texts flooding in. "I built this company," he typed. "You're nothing without me." I sat at my kitchen table, coffee cooling, the bitter steam curling like my anger. Isla slept upstairs, her peace my anchor. I didn't reply. Silence was my weapon. Zane's team was imploding on Slack. Keen forwarded me screenshots. Code's glitching, they panicked. Investors are asking questions. Zane's next voicemail was frantic. "Norm, name your price." "Don't screw me." I stared at Isla's photo, her eyes like Elisa's, and whispered, "This is for Dad." My restraint burned hotter than any shout. The failsafe I'd armed was ticking, Zane's stolen empire unraveling bite by bite. My phone's relentless buzz mixed with the hum of my laptop, its screen still open to the trigger's log, active. Secure. Seattle's night felt alive, electric, like it knew what was coming. Zane's panic was delicious, his arrogance cracking under pressure. He thought he could bully me into submission, like he'd bullied my legacy out of existence. My fingers twitched, tempted to respond, but I stayed calm. The trap was unhackable, quantum locked. Zane's launch was hours away, his moment to shine, or crash. My heart raced, not with fear, but with purpose. I'd been broken, betrayed, but I wasn't powerless. The tsunami was coming, and Zane was about to drown in the wreckage of his own greed. Zane's product launch streamed live on YouTube, 10,000 viewers tuned in. I watched from my Seattle apartment, Isla's laughter echoing from her room, my laptop's glow sharp against the dark. Zane stood on a sleek stage, neon lights pulsing, his grin cocky as he demoed his algorithm. Then it happened. My failsafe triggered. The screen behind him flickered, glitching into a cascade of Zane's emails and voice memos, his voice booming, "Norm's code is mine now." The stream froze on his confession, projected for the world. His smile froze, eyes wide, a deer in digital headlights. Social media erupted. Hashtag Zane Exposed trended in minutes, Twitter notifications pinging like gunfire. Investors' chats flooded the stream's sidebar, pull funding. Fraud. Zane stammered, "This is a hack," but the crowd's gasps drowned him. The glitchy static buzzed, a digital guillotine. I sat back, heart pounding, and whispered, "You underestimated us, Dad." My father's legacy, his code, his honor, reclaimed in front of thousands. I didn't need to speak, the truth screamed for me. Seattle's skyline sparkled outside, rain streaking the window like tears of relief. Zane's empire crumbled live, his investors bailed, his team's Slack imploded. Viewers posted crying emojis, others rage. My phone buzzed, Keen texted, "Norm, you legend." I nodded, silent, the weight of 21 years lifting. Zane's shock, his flushed face as the stream cut off, was my victory. He'd stolen my father's dream, my daughter's future, but I'd turned his spotlight into a trap. The world saw him for what he was, a thief. And I was just a son keeping a promise. Zane's empire collapsed overnight. His startup tanked, investors sued, and tech blogs branded him a fraud. He was demoted to a desk job, his TikTok fame reduced to memes. He moved out of Seattle, tail between his legs. Meanwhile, a tech nonprofit offered me a $500,000 grant to open source Dad's algorithm, ensuring his legacy lived on. Isla's college fund was safe, her future bright. I didn't gloat, revenge wasn't the point. Standing up for what's right was. Sitting on my porch, Seattle's cherry blossoms drifted like pink snow. Isla's hug felt warmer, her laughter like Elisa's. Dad's floppy disk sat on my desk, its weight gone, like my grief. I'd been broken, by loss, by betrayal, but I learned something: integrity outlasts greed. In America, we're taught to work hard, stay loyal, but also to fight for what's ours. I fought for Dad's dream, for Isla, for me. It wasn't easy, but it was worth it. The evening breeze carried salt from the Puget Sound, cleansing. I wasn't the same man Zane fired. I was stronger, whole. My heart still ached for Elise, for Dad, but I'd honored them. That's what matters, protecting your legacy, no matter the cost. Now, I code with Isla by my side, Seattle's salty breeze through our window. Elise's spirit feels close, Dad's legacy alive in every line of code. I found peace, not in revenge, but in truth. Your legacy, your family, your work is worth fighting for, no matter the cost. Has anyone stolen something precious from you? Drop your story in the comments, let's share the fight. If this moved you, hit subscribe for more real stories of heartbreak and comeback. I'm Norman, and I'm proof you can rise from betrayal stronger. Keep fighting. You've got this.